in this idea in chat, I can't make my own coffee. I can make my own coffee. You've just never shown me where the stuff is. One of the last times I tried to make my own coffee when you were sleeping in, I made it. You had put plant food in the coffee grounds container.
What the fuck, Grace? What?
And
really?
I didn't notice that the grounds look like it was Miracle Grow. It looks like coffee. I didn't notice that it was blue.
Oh fuck!
Until I poured it in and made coffee.
You have a tree growing in your stomach now. Yeah,
that is true. I did do that.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, if we both know how to do something, then I can do it on my own. I don't have a problem doing it on my own. Mm-hmm. But you say, I don't want you to do it on your own. I want to do it for you. And if you do, great. If you don't, great. But
I see.
Don't tell me you do and then say, actually, I don't. How am I supposed to know? You're asleep. You could just write a little note. I've said that. You could send me a text, and I'll wake up and get the text. And you'll say, like, I really need to sleep.
Okay. Wait, actually, I see another
I don't
here.
know.
Wait, hold on. I see. No, wait, Ben.
Late and you look
Ben,
at
I got your ass.
or
No, wait, I have your back up here.
Or something like that.
This is smart.
I don't know that. How do I know that?
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, you're providing a logical solution to whatever Grace was complaining about in your head. But what Grace wants is for you to not even accede to the logical step to say, like, Dad, why do you even need me to do anything extra special? Like, I need to wake up at like 9:30 a.m., not 5 a.m. Oh my God, what the fuck? Okay, I could write you a note, but like that defeats the point. Like, don't you empathize with the fact that I'm like getting woken up like crazy? That's fucking awful. That's what she thinks.
I don't. My point is, I don't have telepathic. I don't know.
I'm not telepathic, and I just read the script out to you.
I don't
like did you disagree with what I just said?
Saying, like, I want you to know what's going on with no communication.
That's how they work. Yeah, this is real life. You got away with it because you're old, but like that's how women work now, dude.
But you didn't communicate when you fell asleep for 3 hours today.
Why should I communicate? What do I have to?
Yeah, because niggas are sleepy.
Well, why should I communicate to you?
Because you said I like us getting up and me making coffee and rolling you cigarettes, and I said, okay, that's fine. And I said, if you don't want that, I can get up and do my own thing in the morning, and you can stay up late at night. In the middle of the afternoon, there is no such thing. What did I deprive you of?
No, you didn't.
I didn't make a commitment that from 2 to 4:30 or 2 to 6 in the afternoon, I'm going to do something. Everything was here. You had the RV key. You had the room key. You have money,
Ben, you're explaining yourself logically. Pause. Stop trying to like answer the full question. You get the gist of it. Say the gist of it. Okay, now Grace, what is your emotional disagreement with what Ben is saying? Not what logically is correct, because he's probably right. But what is the emotional aspect? Ben, you need to learn this, okay? I just figured this out a few weeks ago. Come on.
How did you figure this out?
It's a lot of like, I've gone a long way. I mean, it's a lot of off-stream stuff. Like, you'd be fucking losing your shit if I told you in person.
How's things with your girl? Do you still have the same girlfriend?
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, off-stream, you'd lose your shit. It's crazy stuff. But I'm still on your ass. Okay, we're still. I
agree with you basically. Like, yeah, this is kind of an emotional issue.
Okay, no, wait, but Ben, I know that, but like, have Grace do like a 30-second soliloquy.
Wait, but Dad, what if I fell asleep halfway through the day?
Yeah.
What if I fell asleep from like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. while you were streaming? Wouldn't you feel like you'd be my co-host, and you said we were like in this together, and you just totally dip and fall asleep, and I have no idea when you're going to wake up?
Yeah, it's a double standard.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I agreed to the double standard. I agreed to it. I don't know. It's true. That's my fault. I agreed to it.
What if you woke me up and you're like, Dad, I really need you? I'd be happy to wake up.
Yeah, that's happened.
I don't know. Are you offended that I took a nap?
Okay, Ben. Okay. All right. We need to compromise here. We get the essentials of the morality. I'll let you know that.
No, Lalo, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand how he does not need as much chill time as I feel like I need. I don't get it.
Because men are different. Like, I would need less than your father too.
Grace, I took a 4-hour nap today. I just like get restorative, like that's chill time. I don't know. Like, that's how I relax. I don't know. You want
I think-
to have
Okay,
a fight with me.
In the middle of the day, I'm usually wound up.
That makes sense.
Take a nap.
Of course.
Well, then you were with
No,
Lalo. You
Ben,
could've,
she need-
picked on him or whatever, started some shit with him. I don't know. I just wasn't up for it.
Starship. What? What?
Well,
What do you
I still
mean,
get
Ben?
it. It just seems like you're saying like I am lazy and selfish because
No, you're
I
not lazy.
always need more sleep than you. I don't see how that's true.
I don't think that's true. I don't think you're lazy. I don't think you need more sleep than me.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you want to do something that I don't really want to do, which is to like, get, have this kind of contention. I don't want to do it. Maybe, you should find someone else to do that with. I'm not really that type of guy.
You're saying I want to fight with you all the time?
I think you want to have like a blowout that's like it's like your mother's thing. It's like it's an Eastern European thing. I think you want to have some guy who like screams at you and like beats you and then you feel better. I'm not that guy. I don't have that kind of jazz.
Mm-hmm. Grace, why don't you just rebuttal right now?
I don't know if that's true.
That's such a weak response. No, there was a lot of things you could have nitpicked right there, right? I mean, come on. Your expression is so unrelaxed.
I'm not here. I'm not here to provide that.
She's so stressed out. I feel bad for Grace.
Courtney strikes
She
again.
needs consoling. What?
She said to me towards the end of things like, "You don't do BDSM good enough," right? And then she took me to court. Her real complaint was like, "I don't beat her enough," and it's like,
I'm time traveling.
I'm never going to offer that to any female. I'm not into beating females.
It's exhausting, isn't it? Yeah.
If you need that, I'm okay with saying like I'm that type.
Wait, Ben, are you insinuating that
like,
Courtney in prior relationships got beat, and so then when she got to you, she's like, "Hey, why aren't you hitting me?" Is that what you're implying?
I think I think that was more normal for her. I don't think it was
okay. Ben, did she ever ask you to beat her before you got married, or what I mean?
Well, before we putatively got
Dalasto married.
She told me that her big turn on was when she was asking me whether whether I thought that whole like, am I the prettiest girl? And I said I have a response to that.
That's so annoying.
Over the car,
you gotta call her a 6, Ben. Just call her a 6.
Took my belt off, and just like mockingly whipped her with the belt, and she loved that. And I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
Because you were gay, yeah. And then what happened?
And she once played a tape of Ben Harper. You know that guy? He was like this sensitive black guy.
What is somebody 30 years older than me be like, hey, do you know this? Like, imagine me in 30 years be like, hey, you saw Justin Bieber did that? Like, what?
She said, how do you like it? And I ejected the tape and threw it out the window. And she likes that kind of stuff.
So wait, how old were you when that happened?
So you are that kind of guy. He was like 30.
But I mean,
30 when some guy told him what?
Not like I'm doing that constantly.
No.
But yeah,
he was like 30. He was dating my mom. She played him a what do you call it? Cassette tape of a sensitive black guy singing. He ejected the tape from the car radio and
rolled the window down and threw it out the window.
That's based. That's so fucking awesome. Yo, Darius commented, let's go.
So he is that kind of guy.
But that's not like an Eastern European who's like raised in a culture of like beating women on a like every other day basis. That's what she really wants.
Like that's pretty out there for like somebody who's just dating somebody. You know what I mean?
I know. I understood it was unusual. I wasn't really dating her. I wasn't really dating her though. I found her annoying. But it was a very like dark situation for me because I hated my job.
It's okay.
And I had issues.
He's a victim.
Women, so I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. thing again. I hadn't dated someone seriously since college, so that was like
Ben,
10
didn't you sleep
years.
with a black chick at some point? Is that true?
I didn't sleep with her, but I did engage in sexual. She was half black, but she was gorgeous.
I believe you. Like Beyonce. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
I believe you. I like
Yeah.
you. All right. Yeah. What was I going to say
Radio
here?
Shaman says, I was recently with a full-blooded Croatian. They're fucking insane.
That's retarded. That's like white people be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean, you got that is the worst combo ever. Hungarian and Ukrainian. I mean, they're both
whoa, buddy.
like,
So you're saying my half
horrendous.
Eastern European
Thank
side
you, Brittany.
wants to
I
be
love that.
beaten. I guess that's kind of true. I have a lot of. I just like
Yikes.
to slap myself in front of the mirror.
Yeah, I don't think
That
there's anything
doesn't
wrong
count,
with
that's
the
gay.
physicality. It's just not
That's
my
cringe.
thing. I'm not going to do like.
You like hitting yourself,
eating
Grace?
session.
What the fuck?
Well, sometimes if I'm just all wound up, I like to hit myself and then cry.
That's
And
fucked. Okay, that's actually
It
surprising.
chills me out a little
I'm
bit.
into it, but that's kind of weird. That's crazy.
Well, I once asked my dad
Elaborate.
to punch me. He refused, but I asked him to just punch me.
Yeah, because if you ask, it kind of ruins the whole, If you have to ask, it's like, okay, yeah, never mind.
That's
I'm
the
not gonna punch you then.
autism.
No.
Okay. I don't know.
What? Autism?
Are you saying?
I don't think there's any problem with it. I don't think there's any problem with it. You just got to find someone to play that role for you. It is not me. Your mother wanted it too. I'm just not into it. I don't think that being a father.
Oh, wait,
should involve that
Ben.
very frequently,
Okay, so you're
or being a
okay.
husband should involve that.
okay.
very
Wait, Ben.
frequently.
So you're saying that so Grace wants some guy to hit her over and over again.
Yeah,
Why?
I think so.
Oh.
Because she finds it
It
cathartic.
would be a release. I don't know if that's
I mean, look.
true.
How do you find out about someone, right? You get them drunk and you get them to tell you like what their sexual fantasies are. Her sexual fantasy is and
No,
treated
that-
like shit next to a
That's
dumpster,
not true.
isn't it?
I mean, slightly.
I mean, a lot of girls are into that, to be honest.
And I think
Like,
a lot of
first all,
girls are into that. It's not
they
that
are into
abnormal.
that.
I'm just not really there for that. I don't think enough guys are into
What's your
that.
point in saying that? Like you're trying to make her look bad.
No,
Like,
I'm
that-
just
like, that's your
I
scene
think
anyway.
it's totally
I get what
normal.
he's saying. He's
Women
saying,
don't like being put on a pedestal. They
I-
like being treated like garbage because they know.
That's obviously
Like,
they're
the
submissive.
pedestal
Yeah, I
thing
know.
is bullshit, right?
I kind of
So I
I
don't
know,
have any
of course.
problem with her
I
doing it.
would
I'm just not
appreciate-
able to like fulfill that role. I don't.
Grace
see
doesn't want the
what's
Trent
good.
Horn sex style. Yeah, no, probably not.
No. I would
I'll
appreciate.
respect the hell out of you.
It's like getting spanked when you're a kid. I would
What?
because I get all wound up about this like IRL stuff we do, and then I do it, but then at the end of it, I would like to just like
I think if you were in
have
like a Mormon,
release.
if you were like in a Mormon like 8-wife thing, and the guy would just, give you a beating once in a while, whatever it is they do, some kind of like Eastern European Mormon type situation, you would find it very like. Part of you would find it very much like home.
Well, I mean, not like home. It's not like you're physically anything, really.
Well, I think it comes from your mother, but I think you'd find it like, I don't think you would be this like person who's like a feminist. You'd be like, good, yeah, I need that. I'm just saying I'm not able to provide that.
Okay, so what do I?
I
need
never
to do?
will be. I'm not that type of guy.
Self-flagellation. I need to
This
find
is
a
all-
guy who will beat me.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what you want.
What? That's retarded.
I actually
okay.
think that. I actually
What?
think you'd be. I actually think that you'd be better off like taking that energy, fighter, than taunting someone into catching a beating from them.
No. Yeah. So
I get
I
what
think.
you're saying.
No, you don't.
No, I do get what he's saying. He's saying that the impetus to be in pain can be transferred to the impetus to fight because it is painful.
Fight and not care that you catch a few
Yeah.
like punches from Keemstar or some F slur like him.
Or some F slur, yeah.
Go start shit with him. He deserves to have shit started with him. I don't.
Maybe I'm kind of a coward though, because like I would rather get slapped in the face a few times than have my channels taken down. That's worse.
Ooh, that was a passive aggressive hit against Ben. Are you gonna respond to that? Also, why the fuck do you guys share a cigarette? I would not have the patience for that. Y'all niggas need to make more. Honestly, Ben, you need to what?
I shared a cigarette with you. We all shared a cigarette, didn't we?
Yeah, but I'm saying like if I were Ben, I'd be like, okay, like let's get single cigarettes each, you know? Like I'd be fucking fiending.
Like it's less intense.
Okay.
I like taking breaks.
Fair enough. So what was I saying? What was the point beside that or before it?
No, Lalo, you get what I'm saying. If you're gonna take it up the ass on the internet, sometimes it would just be fun to release by taking it up the ass personally.
Grace.
Yeah.
We're planning to head to Vegas. They have these clubs. I'm not that interested in them, but you would probably enjoy. Like,
why is your face like that, Grace?
Clown BDSM.
Wait, Ben, stop talking. Wait, hold on. Wait. Why is Grace eating already?
Because the people there are gross.
Well, whatever. Let Hormaxer like give you a whipping. And see if it works.
What about it?
You might say, well, that's stupid. Because that's what I would say. But you might find it like invigorating. Your mother had you give her a beating with a leather belt, remember?
Yeah.
And she loved it. But
I do remember that.
Yeah, and you were happy to give her one. I wanted no part of it. But I thought it was funny and ludicrous. But I did let you use my belt. But like this was you two guys came up with that. And you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna hold back. And I could hear
I did not come up with that.
I could hear the belt hit her and her scream. And it was the kids, but it was like, whatever, that's your mother.
What are you supposed to do when your mom asks you to beat her with a belt?
Well, you were enthusiastic about it.
I was fucking pissed at her. I was like, okay, if you're gonna ask this of me, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, and so I don't see it as a big problem. She enjoyed it. You enjoyed it.
I think it was abusive. I don't think she should have asked that of me.
That's strange.
Yeah, it's an
Wait, Ben, did you okay this? What the fuck? What?
Well, I was 18. Whatever. We were all living together.
I think this is stupid. But I mean, she's an adult. There was the kids weren't directly exposed. They were like
that was abusive. She shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have.
It was inappropriate for an adult to do that in front of children. But
well, Ben, to be fair, did you say don't do that or what?
They were both adults.
Ben, that's not the point. Okay, I mean, this is not.
It is the point. Like, women are adults.
You're tacitly okay with it, though.
Beat each other with belts.
She still shouldn't have asked me to do that when I was.
That's okay. That's also true. Like Ben should not have been okay with that, and then also.
No,
okay, but Ben was
it's her problem though. She shouldn't have. I mean, it wasn't not that really that big of a deal, but
whatever.
She shouldn't have asked me to do.
Okay, but Ben was
I think it was helpful. Just
really yeah. If
there
it had
was
been
something
recorded,
really
it would have been Kino. It was.
That's fucking crazy.
It was weird. She asked my brother to come down with us too, John.
Yeah.
To do
and he
what?
took a shot of gin before he went down. Apparently, told us later. I don't know.
To do what? Go down to do what? What?
Just watch me.
Watch you do what? Smack her with a belt?
Yeah. Where is Courtney?
Oh God! What?
How it is abuse for her to ask, but it was.
I've never heard this. Was this a new story?
Totally
what the
fine.
fuck was that?
If you go to a BDSM club with Hormaxer and he whips you, I'm not going to disallow that. It's like I don't think it's.
She said she couldn't get her head together and she would just appreciate it or something. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do that.
No, you were pretty enthusiastic.
And then when I got down there, I was mad at her. So
you gave her what she wanted, which is the sting of leather, because you're weirdos.
I don't know what to say.
It's an Eastern European thing. I consider myself agnostic about it. I don't know how that side of your genetics operates, but I know they do that to each other constantly.
Well, I mean,
I don't
it
think
wasn't
it's such
really
a big
that
deal.
of
I
a
don't think
deal.
physicality is that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't think it was that big of a deal. I just do think it was a bit weird of her to ask, but I didn't really mind it.
I thought it was funny, but I also thought it was like inappropriate for the younger children to witness at secondhand. But if I had sent them up to bed and I had been listening to you guys down in the basement doing your thing, I would have thought it was hilarious. It wouldn't have been a turn on, but it's just, you know,
Huh?
it's better than having 10,000 hours of like bullshit conversations. It's better just to like, you know,
Okay.
if that's where you want to go, just go there.
All right. So what's going on tomorrow?
We're waiting for Marie Consuela's hair salon to open on Wednesday. So we have 3 days in, you know, like this kind of an atmosphere is nice because it's like a virtual sensory deprivation tank. You know what I mean? You can't really
Okay,
do
that's
much.
a cope. Okay,
So
well,
I
okay,
think
how much is the
Grace will probably fall asleep at some point. You know,
right? How much is the Consuela? What do you call it? The Consuela haircut.
I don't know.
Curious.
How much was it?
$50.
$50?
That's so expensive. What the fuck?
I know it is expensive,
Jesus.
but she's
Women's
supposed to be the best
haircuts,
in
that's
town.
cheap for a female haircut. I'm not lying.
What about the hair dye? She wants to turn it brown, like I said. Thoughts?
You can just get a box dye. That would be like $10.
Oh
I don't
Okay.
see why turn it brown. It's coming in at the top.
no, go back to brown.
Kitty?
Hey, pussycat.
Ew. If Steven got reincarnated, shit's crazy.
Grace, I don't want to be making a lot of noise for the people here.
Okay.